almost certainly seen some version of this image. An ape slowly stands upright, sheds its fur, and steps forward as a modern human. It trains us to view the history of life as a ladder, a steady climb where primitive organisms constantly upgrade themselves until they reach an end goal. This concept actually stems from an outdated 19th century scientific idea called orthogenesis. It relies on the assumption that life possesses an inherent internal drive to achieve greater biological complexity and perfection over time. If that internal drive existed, we would expect to see a continuous upward march across all species. But the fossil record tells a different story. Entire groups of organisms, like certain mosses, fungi, and opossums, have survived for tens of millions of years with almost no physical modifications. They have not moved up any ladder. Even highly successful apex predators exhibit biological quirks that defy the idea of perfection. The great white shark is a master of its ocean environment, yet it lacks a gas bladder, the internal organ that allows most other bony fish to easily control their buoyancy. The shark survives perfectly well without one. It relies on a large, oil-filled liver and constant forward momentum to keep from sinking. Evolution does not purposefully climb toward a flawless, upgraded organism. The latter is simply a broken metaphor for the history of life on Earth. This sketch from Charles Darwin's notebook shows a much more accurate model of descent with modification. Life is structured like a branching bush radiating outward. Lineages split and diversify over time, adapting to immediate surroundings rather than ascending a vertical hierarchy. Understanding this branching tree requires correcting the most common misunderstanding of natural selection, the phrase survival of the fittest. Biological fitness is not a measure of physical strength, speed, or intelligence. It is strictly a measure of reproductive success within a specific, local environment. Researchers studying European red deer observed this dynamic in action. In many cases, smaller, less physically impressive males actually out-reproduce the massive dominant bulls. While the larger deer are distracted, fighting each other head-to-head for dominance, the smaller, stealthy males slip past to copulate with the females, successfully passing on their genes. This animation shows the blind mechanics driving the tree of life. When DNA is copied, random mistakes generate new genetic sequences. These mutations act as undirected experiments. Natural selection operates as a strict filter, favoring traits that keep an organism alive to reproduce. Because that filter only tests for immediate survival, it frequently strips away complexity. Insects and crustaceans living in pitch-dark cave systems routinely lose their eyes over generations. They are not de-evolving. Eyes require massive amounts of biological energy to grow and maintain. In total darkness, vision provides no advantage, so natural selection ruthlessly eliminates the wasted energy. Biological complexity is never a universal goal. Organisms adapt to the immediate constraints of the world right in front of them, even if survival requires abandoning advanced physical features. If there is no master plan and no forward momentum toward an ultimate goal, we have to explain why some animals develop extreme, highly complex physical capabilities, like hyperspeed or advanced sonar. The answer is an evolutionary arms race. Predators and prey share the same ecosystem, acting as selective filters on each other. A lineage of gazelles getting slightly faster puts immediate pressure on the cheetahs hunting them. Over thousands of generations, both species are pushed to extreme limits just to survive the encounter. This intense coevolution creates the illusion of an upward march of progress. In reality, it is a localized ecological treadmill. The animals are running as fast as they can biologically evolve just to maintain their current standing in the food web. Extreme speed, venom, or camouflage are not steps toward a universally perfect organism. They are desperate, localized reactions to specific ecological pressures. Because those ecological pressures and physical environments are in a state of constant flux, a perfectly adapted state is impossible. The target is always moving. When environments shift rapidly, a species must execute a rapid evolutionary pivot or face extinction. During the Industrial Revolution, pollution darkened the bark of trees across Great Britain. In response, the peppered moth population quickly shifted from a light, speckled pattern to a dark coloration, allowing them to hide from predators in the industrial soot. Today, we see this happening in our own cities. Urban wildlife, from rats to pigeons, must rapidly cope with entirely new diets, concrete structures, and human-made threats. They are adapting in real time to an artificial landscape. Our own biology is subject to this exact same mismatch. Human bodies evolved over millions of years to operate highly efficiently in small, active groups, foraging for scarce calories. We are not physically optimized for the sedentary, sugar-abundant reality of modern society. The modern epidemics of obesity and diabetes are a direct result of this environmental friction. We are not perfectly designed apex beings. We are a collection of traits that were simply good enough to keep our ancestors alive in the Paleolithic. This diagram illustrates the true shape of evolution. A shark, a bat, and a human all exist on the exact same timeline. We have all been evolving for the exact same amount of time. Progress is an illusion. We are all just the outermost tip